the job search process can be so inhumane. I mean, it's one thing to submit your resume and not get any response at all. Hi, team. Oh man, are you a struggling job searcher right now? I want to give you a little bit of hope and some validation. My name is Christopher Lawrence, and I am with changemylifecoaching.ca, changemybusinesscoaching.ca, and GP2, the number 2, now.ca. Listen, I want to validate what you might be experiencing if you're one of those job searchers who's put so many resumes out and you've hardly heard anything back. And there's a couple of tips and tricks that we can do to get you moving, but I just want to validate something first, which is the job search process can be so inhumane. I mean, it's one thing to submit your resume and not get any response at all. It's another thing to submit your resume and get an automated response. At least you're getting that. I understand some of these companies, it's like for one position, they might, certainly where I live, they might get anywhere between 200 to 2,000 applicants. So responding to everyone sometimes isn't an option. I get that. I also understand that you submit your resume and you get no feedback. So what happens? We start to kind of cave in and we start to lose motivation because it's why am I doing this? It's like, having a blog that nobody reads. If you're doing it just for your own cathartic experience, that's one thing. Keep doing it then, right? If you're getting something out of it. But it's like, if you're going through that job search process and you're getting zero feedback whatsoever, or like nothing or very little, it can be completely demotivating. And then what's even worse is when you get an interview and then you don't hear back at all. And this one is a message to recruiters because this pisses me off. Like, what happened to being, to remembering that these applicants are humans? Like I get it, like you can't respond to every single applicant if you get hundreds of resumes outside of using an automated system and a generic response. I get that. But if you give somebody an interview, give them the courtesy of calling them back to tell them they didn't get the job. I have so many clients who do an interview and hear nothing from the hiring manager or the recruiter or whoever it happens to be. And I know you're busy, but you're probably only doing like 3 to 6, maybe 10 interviews. I mean, if you're doing 10, you're doing a lot, right? I've recruited hundreds of people over the last, 20 plus years that I've, been in a professional career. I've recruited hundreds of people. And so it's like, I know what that process looks like. So you can't give me a line of bullshit and tell me that you don't, that it's like, well, it's hard. And it's like, and if you're interviewing hundreds and hundreds of people, you're doing it wrong. So, and you're not going to get good quality candidates. So, if that's the case, so at least send them a message saying, thanks, we've decided to move forward with someone else, and give them an opportunity to ask for feedback. I'm not even saying you have to give feedback. I'm just saying give them the opportunity to ask for it, because it's a hard enough thing, and we're human beings. If your neighbor is starving, you can't do better, right? Because they'll always want what you have. So we can lift job searchers up by at least letting them know how they ranked, which is as simple as, hey, we won't be proceeding with your application. That's it. Specifically if you give them an interview. Back to the job searcher. Sorry about that rant there, but oh God, it just drives me nuts. Okay, so to the job searcher, I understand that this can be extremely painful, but what I want you to do is remember that all forms of rejection are just somebody's opinion. And if you want to learn more about that, read the book Rejection Proof. It was a real game changer for me when I read that and kind of understood what rejection really was, and that it was just an opinion. And then get back out there and keep trucking and keep trucking and keep trucking. And honestly, I'm with you. Like if you're in that position, post below. I or someone on my team is going to give you some words of encouragement to kind of keep moving forward. And just, maybe a tip or two, because I'm here with you. I mean, it's such a brutal process and it's so inhumane, especially, it's like if you're in a market that is like where there's hardly any jobs, it's so inhumane because you're probably getting rejected maybe even hundreds of times through the whole process. And, if you're in in the other market where it's like there's tons of jobs out there, then it becomes like weirdly and strangely competitive in a totally different way. And so it's like, be patient with yourself. Take a little step every day. Like try to get one application out every day. More if you can, right? But one application out every day, and then use that feedback. Like if your resume isn't getting noticed, then change your resume. If you're getting callbacks from your resume, but you're not landing jobs, then work on your interviewing skills, okay? Those are kind of the two key criteria. So pay attention to the data that you're getting back. And if you've kind of done what you think you need to do, then really focus on your networking skills, because lots of people are getting jobs through networking. And by the way, networking is developing one or two really good contacts. It's not about going to a job fair and like dropping your resume and business card off with every single booth. It's like, no, stay for a minute, have a conversation with them, ask them questions. I'm going to do another post on that probably in a couple of months here. I'm just looking at my schedule. So a couple weeks or a couple months, we're going to do another post on managing job fairs and that kind of thing. So good luck with your journey. I'm here for you, Christopher James Lawrence. ChangeMyLifeCoaching.ca. Please do check us out and comment below if you need a little bit of a leg up. And if you're one of the people who doesn't, provide some words of encouragement for those that do, because it's a brutal market in some places right now. So take care, folks.